Hello, guys, and welcome back to that Cov pod we're recording just after full time at Carrow Road, where it finished Norwich 1. Norwich 2. I wish it finished Norwich 1, Coventry 1. It finished Norwich 2, Coventry 1. Another disappointing away performance, a defeat as well. And John, I guess I'll come to you first. It was a really disappointing second half display, conceding within 30 seconds of the second half, and then just an overall really poor performance, I thought, and kind of got what we deserved.
Yeah, I think it's been coming for a couple of weeks, isn't it? I think that's the first time I think we've been fully outplayed across 90 in a while. But this performance has been there. We've been getting away with it. The bench was getting us out of trouble last two games, if we're being real. Positives, trying to find positives. We're top of the league. The only other positive is it highlights exactly what we need. You're never going to be in a position like this again as a football club, with a transfer window still open, with massive question marks over key areas that time and time again are getting exposed, and we're not moving in the market. I'm hearing that we're going in for this lad from Brentford, the Nigerian kid. Get him in ASAP. You have to spend now, or it could be catastrophic. There's 8 points between us and third. I'm not bothered about winning the league. I'm bothered about automatic promotion. Gaping holes again in the middle of the park. How Torp's completed 90, I will never know. Centre half's exposed, the back four exposed. If we're not strong enough at the back, why are we not protecting them? Just embarrassing tonight. And I'll tell you what, that young lad from Lincoln up front for them absolutely battered us. And that is how you play as a number 9.
Yeah, he was unbelievable. He caused us problems all night, and they were well deserving of their win, Jig. But just an underwhelming performance and a feeling of disappointment again, I guess, from this one for you.
It was, yeah. I mean, we knew, we said it on the last podcast, that it was going to be tough because we haven't won there in 17 years. They've just had a couple of very good results. They won, was it 4-0? 5-0 against West Brom, and then they won the FA Cup game the week before. They got the new manager bounce. It was going to be tough. But when I saw our 11, I thought that's a real strong 11. I thought we'll give them a real good go here. And for the first 10 minutes, we did. First 10 minutes, I thought we played okay. But then we just got overrun. We got overrun in the midfield. We couldn't get the ball off them. They were winning every second ball. They just looked like they wanted it a bit more from then on in. And then we got the goal. We can get into the goal. And it was a good finish by SA. I thought he did okay. He done some tricks in the right places, but he also, again, did some tricks in the wrong places where he got his book in. And I think he needs to learn fast about that as well, because you can't be doing that in your own half, on the edge of your own box. Silly play that was. But his goal, he took his goal really well. He absolutely walloped that in. But yeah, we got the goal 1-0, but I don't think we were fully deserving of going in 1-0 at half time at all. And then second half, they must have went in at half time and thought, how are we losing this? No, that was probably their chat. How are we losing this? And they've come out and they've gone straight at us and equalised straight away, 40 seconds in. I don't know why De Silva didn't have a swing with his right foot on the line instead. But yeah,
it was a weird finish, wasn't it? It was a weird finish.
Yeah,
He should have done better with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we can start with the midfield in terms of looking at the first half and second half performance, because you said you don't know how Torp completed 90 minutes, John, but I think it's the Torp and Grimes combo at the moment is killing us. And this sounds so negative because we're top and we've done amazing, but all of that hard work was done in a game, in a spell where we won 11 out of 12 and we were putting in really good performances and scoring goals. These problems that we're seeing come out here that we've talked about on this podcast for like the last month, where we've been like, we're wide open in midfield, Rushworth saving us, we keep conceding too many chances. Grimes and Torp tonight were just almost not there. It's so vacant.
It's so... Do you know what? Firstly, stop telling us we're negative on here, because I'm sick of it. If you don't like it, don't listen. Very simple. And when we, like, you know, I get like a tweet the other day, can't believe you're going against your own team. You should back your team every week. Well, they're not going to win every week, are they, you idiots? Otherwise, we'd be the Champions League winners.
Like, were you right again, by the way? You said 2-1, mate, didn't you?
I'm always right. Sorry. Come on. Even my wife knows that. Listen, I'm just so bored of it. I'm like, you know, Frank, we can all see it. You know, I'm sure Frank can. You know, he sat down on 88 minutes. He was just fed up. Like, he didn't even bark in any orders. I think you pointed out, Jig. It's such a basic thing, right? If you've got 3 in the middle of the park and one is sitting like a continental sweeper in front of the back 2, taking the ball, making a centre-half split, if you're going to keep gambling the way that you do constantly and losing the ball and not winning second balls, there is a 30-yard gap. When you've got a 30-yard gap, every side now knows bed in, get the ball, break, and gamble. When you're gambling numbers against us, we're folding. And we're going to fold time and time again. The centre halves tonight were poor. Kitch had an absolute shock on the goal, but we give them loads of chances. We switched off in the first minute of the second half. It glided in behind us nice and easily. You know, De Silva should do better on the line. De Silva was shocking tonight. The levels are back to where they were middle of last season. Appalling. We need a left back, sharpish. Ship Bidwell out, get somebody in. We need a centre midfielder that is going to get hold of that midfield. Grimes is knackered. He's trying to run the game from the centre half positions. He's giving away poor passes. The pass to the right-hand side to Bobby Thomas that put us under. That's tiredness. The out balls are not great. You know, as soon as Tats come on, we started getting hold of the game a little bit, but we weren't getting the ball out to him. But if Torp keeps gambling and no one's tucking back in and you've got BTA, what do you expect to happen? You're going to get overrun in the midfield, and you got overrun for 80 minutes.
I said it to you both.
As low as it was.
I said it to you both at one point during the first half. I think I tweeted it as well. It was almost like we ended up in like a 4-1 and then 3-2, and it was just like we had 5. At one point, we had 6 attackers on their back line. And then as soon as there's a turnover in that game, we're just completely wide open. All they need is one turnover, and it's one ball down the line or it's one ball down the middle, and they're running at us. We didn't concede in the first half, but they had plenty of chances to score. I just feel like that's a constant issue, Jig. It's what we've talked about for the last month, isn't it?
It is, yeah. We've been highlighting it probably for the last month. John's right. We need a centre mid who's going to come in with legs in there, an enforcer who's going to put himself about, put some crunching tackles in, because you haven't got anyone in that middle of the park really that's going to chuck a beast of a tackle in and get the crowd up and get people going. Grimes won't do it. Torp won't do it. Eccles comes on. Eccles can put a tackle in, but I just don't think you've got anyone in there. Asante's not going to go and chuck in a.
Where's the sense? Where's the sense in not playing? Sorry, where's the sense in going away from home? Given we haven't won away from home in ages and we're conceding too many goals, and instead of playing Josh in the number 10, you play BTA, who's coming back from fitness. I thought he's been quite impressive off the bench, but that is again just being like, we're going to outscore you. Yeah. And I understand that risk has paid off. It's high risk football, but you're not going to win games conceding as many chances as we are.
He's been impressive off the bench, but he weren't impressive tonight, I don't think. I think he was getting frustrated tonight, and it's a side that you don't normally see of him, which is a petulant side. He chucked an elbow out in the first half, which well go. That will get looked at, I think, because it was a purposeful elbow as well, and Sky highlighted it as well. So that could be a. I mean, well, let's go back to Rodoni. Rodoni wasn't in the squad at all. So if he's out for, say, his shoulder up, and they think it's a good time because BTA's back, and then he gets a retrospective ban, we could be in trouble again.
Frank said it was a slight thigh injury or quad injury for Rodoni, but he said it was just a precaution that he'd be out because he wants to save him for some other games. So
that's fair enough then. But yeah, BTA could be getting a ban for that, I think.
100%. He should as well. We should have been down to 10. You genuinely don't want to see that on a football pitch. Like, what's he doing? It's completely pointless. He's been had his shirt pulled a couple of times, and then just whack the guy in his face with the elbow. So what are you doing? We'd be absolutely fuming if that happened to one of our players.
Yeah, it's a bit out of character for him as well. I don't know. Yeah.
And then Tats near the end, by the way, didn't do something similar, but he was dragging around his man as well. There's a lot of off the ball stuff going on. It feels like at the minute. Where we're just not keeping our composure.
It's frustration, isn't it? And it's also, we can't seem to work out that teams might raise their game to play top of the table because we're actually not that good. That's the bottom line. Listen, we don't need a ball-playing midfielder. We need an enforcer, someone who is an athlete and can get around the pitch, close that gap, put big tackles in, is experienced, has played at a slightly higher level. Bring them in. Spend some money or you're going to blow it and you're going to cost yourself 150 million quid. It's the bottom line. If you're a spread betting man, spend some money now because you're going to blow it. And it's a problem. I think both wide men didn't offer anything near enough offensively tonight. And I include Esse in that. Yeah, you got a goal, but he was by and large on the fringes. He was not defending well enough. Mason Clark was not offering any cover again for De Silva. De Silva's miles off it, so he's going to get roasted. I thought Milan was a little bit better tonight, certainly first half. But I'm like, you know, if them front four ain't doing it, then what are you doing? Like, why are you going away to Norwich and gambling with four that are not tracking back in? I thought the press was pretty good first 15. Then we just fell off. It was just easy to play out. It was embarrassing tonight, and we got outworked and outfought. Second balls for weeks has been a problem. These performances for weeks have been a problem, and the bench couldn't save us tonight. And I thought the bench changes from Frank were a bit back to front. I didn't understand them. I understood the first two, but I just couldn't believe that Torp finished the game. I find that astonishing. And you know, again, you take Grimes off. I don't know.
We're scared of doing that.
At least you're moving up the pitch 10 yards. At least
take Grimes off and put Sims on. Just put two up front. Like,
we don't
need Grimes on the pitch.
Yeah, two up front for the last 15 and turn them round. Go long, feed off the second ball.
And actually,
you got nothing to lose at that point, have you? Yeah. So you got to gamble it.
Talk of positives, I thought Haji Wright was fairly decent tonight, up against two big centre backs. Thought he worked pretty hard. He had the best chance he created for himself. He had that decent dragon shot, and then he got subbed straight away immediately after that.
That was the one sub. I'm like, why are we dragging him at this point? And you know me, I've absolutely clattered him.
Yeah.
But the last three games, I've seen enough out of him. I did not understand that tonight at all. Didn't get it.
Just go to
bizarre sub that for me.
And especially with Sakamoto, who did really well off the bench, was our bright spark tonight. All he was doing was putting crosses in, getting good balls into the area. Do you want Josh Eccles and Sims on the end of them, or do you want, you know, Wright and Sims? Just be a bit direct, be a bit more physical, and try and win something. Yeah, it was. I was confused by some of the changes. The fact we stuck to that shape as well, Drew, throughout the entire game, just a bit bemusing.
Yeah, I don't know tactically whether Lampard, I don't know, he's been brilliant for us. But have we had a lot of luck? Have we not luck? But there's games where it was 50-50. It could have went either way. Say Middlesbrough away 2-2. Their lad misses a chance from underside the bar. Then we go up and score 2 goals. Watford, we score our first 3 shots. They get a man sent off, and then they beat us 1-0 second half. I think there's games where we're where we are somehow. I don't know where I'm going here. Sorry, but I think we've been quite lucky to be where we are.
You're stuck on the Coventry road, aren't you? Just going around in circles.
I think the issue is, I watched us earlier in the season, and I thought, wow, this is a team that is league leaders, can win the league, is scoring so many goals, winning so many games. John, what are you giggling at?
Me losing and got lost on the ring road.
Just took a photo of him and he just slumped in his chair.
I think he's summing up how we're all feeling, a bit slumped, a bit.
But one thing though that you did say, John, when John was saying, if we don't take the gamble now and get some players in now, the 3 teams that are going to come down from that Premier League are going to be Premier League teams with a load of money. You've got teams that are already in this league that aren't going to go back up, that have still got that parachute payment with a load of money. Then you've got the likes of Birmingham, who have got unlimited money, it seems, at the minute. Wrexham, who've got unlimited money, it seems, at the minute. We're going to be, if we don't get out of this league this season, we're going to really struggle the next few years to get anywhere near where we are now. So we have to take the gamble. You have to do it now.
Look at what's happened in the last few years with the Premier League teams getting promoted and battering us in terms of money and price and all of that sort of stuff. And this is wide open. Sorry, John, I cut you off.
No, not at all. I probably talk too much, but I'm like, I've been in Vegas with Jig. You know what I mean? We're gambling men. But jokes aside, like, you know, like you're so close, and there's just, I watched the game the other day and I looked at Doug, and it's like, you know, and I thought, watching the game, if you're him, there's fine margins between blowing it and being worth 250 million overnight. And it's like, when it's like that, you've got to find that money to just get that little bit of quality through the door. You've got to do it. And, you know, and then it begs the question, is Frank asking? We know he asked for Bamford, whatever, but he's got to be knocking on the door thinking, I need probably 2 or 3 here. Let's be real. We spent £4 million on a centre half that can't seem to get ahead of the 2 that we've got, which is mind-boggling, really, considering how leaky we are in a minute, right? And he's even picking Latabodier over him. So that was a waste. So at that point, you've got to look at recruitment and think, am I going to throw a few more quid at this? You have to at this point, because you'd be absolutely crazy not to. You know, and people are going about Gus Aimer this, Gus Aimer that, right? I don't think Gus is the answer. It'd be unbelievable if that happened, and it's not. It's dead in the water as far as I know. There's been no contact, right? And I'm sick of people tweeting me about it. But I don't think he's the right profile player. It'd be amazing, loads of shirts sold, everyone would be buzzing, and he would get us up the pitch and all that stuff. But it's not that we need. We need an enforcer and an athlete in the middle of the park that's going to sit along Grimes and actually drag Grimes up the pitch and get hold of him a little bit as a senior pro and move up the pitch. I know you're being instructed to do that and pin that massive gap. That's what we need in there. We need a left back badly, probably need a centre half, but you've spent your money there already. The rest of it, it is what it is. But they're the 2 positions for me where you've got to go and get something, because we have to shore things up. We have to. We're going to create chances. We know that. We're just conceding way too much. And if the ball don't stick at the top of the pitch, then we need to start breaking the play in the middle of the park and trying to win 30% of what we're not at the minute, because we're winning hardly anything.
Would you give Kessler Hayden a go when he's fully fit, left back? He's $4.5 million, weren't he? So we spent $4 million on a centre half and $4.5 million on
3.5 million.
Was he 3.5?
I don't know.
Still,
I don't know. There's a question mark there, isn't there? I mean, I would. I'm concerned about it, because I'm like, we're just getting targeted week in, week out. But it's obvious what we need, and we need to go and get it now. It's becoming a bit farcical, because the most basic of fan can see it. You know, you made a point, because you went, it's so obvious. Is there a question here where Torp's actually being instructed to go that hard at the pitch? Because it doesn't make any sense.
He has to be. Otherwise, Lampard would have seen him and shouted at him. It must have been an instruction to pin them back. He did, on a couple of occasions, win the ball back high, and we didn't quite take advantage of it. But it must have been an instruction. I think a key point from today's game is that the wingers, and SA in particular, who I thought was good going forward again, he wasn't covering enough again for Milan. And I think when we're so open, you really notice the wingers not helping their fullbacks out, Drew, because EMC didn't do enough going back. Yang, when he came on, was trying to influence it, didn't do enough. SA didn't cover Milan at all. And when you stretch like that, the ball's in behind. It just becomes so apparent. I just like to see it more compact.
Yeah, there was a moment in the first half where it broke and they were ploughing through the middle, and it was all going towards the left back, and De Silva had got dragged in, and
the shot just wide.
I thought, where's Mason Clark here? And he was nowhere. He was nowhere to be seen. He was out of play. He was out of picture. And they've broke down the right, and there was literally no one there at all. And I thought, God, this we're so open at the back. We're getting dragged all over the place. But yeah, there's no support from Mason Clark for De Silva, and I don't think it's SA's game really to do that job. He's a luxury player. He's a player that's going to do a bit of skill. A few flicks here and there, doing a cracking flick to Hadji Wright when Hadji Wright had a shot saved in the first half.
2 goals in 2 games.
Yeah.
So looking all right. But yeah,
two bookings in 2 games as well.
Yeah, that tackle was a bad one, wasn't it?
It was.
Absolutely flew into him. I just think we're too open, and also I just think for an away game, like, let's see us play 3 at the back again. Let's go there and actually just we've spent money on Wolf. Latty's done pretty well the last 2 games he's come into the team. John, let's just go and try something different. Let's set up to get a point. You know what I mean?
They've got 2, mate. Who we got next?
QPR away.
QPR.
But do you know what it is, right? To bring some sense and reason to this full-time podcast.
Please do.
If we win our remaining home games, which is a possibility because we win a lot of games at home, winning all of our remaining home games would take us to 85 points if we lose every single away game. Does that make sense? Yeah, winning all our home games at the CBS.
Yeah.
We've got 9 home games left and 8 away now. We win all our home games, it's 27 points. We're on 85 points. We need 5 points? 90 points to probably get us there. we're not that. This week we've had a 3-game week and we've got 6 points, which is 2 points a game, which is what we need to get promoted. So if we take all of that into account, it's just the frustration of our away forms being so bad and we're conceding so many goals. It's no clean sheets in 6 or 7 now, and it's no away win since we beat Charlton. Was that away from home? No, we drew at the Valley, didn't we? Let me find out when our last away win was, Jig. But it's not that bad. If we win our home games, we're nearly there.
Yeah, and we're good at home. So we've got to be confident at home, right? Because we're struggling away a bit. When the stats on Sky Sports before the game, I think Norwich were 23rd in the league for home record. I think they had 10 points at home, and it's only Sheffield Wednesday, who, like, you can't really count them, who were worse than them at home.
I will say that was mainly because Liam Manning lost every single home game at the start of the season in charge of Norwich. I think he lost 7 or 8 in a row at home, and then they're a different team under this new manager. Like, they look really decent. They look like a team that should be in and around the playoffs, playing how they are at the minute. So it's hard to quantify their home form this season.
Okay.
I've shut you up there.
I trust you, sorry. Yeah, so
didn't mean to do that.
Going off the stats, I thought you were a stat man.
No, you know me. I hate extra. When was our last away win? I'm going back. I think, was it Middlesbrough? Yeah, it was Middlesbrough. Middlesbrough was our last away win. 25th of November. Since then, we lost 3-0 to Ipswich. We drew 1-1 with Preston, who had 10 men. We drew 1-1 with Southampton when we had 10 men. We drew 1-1 at Charlton. We lost 3-2 at Birmingham. We lost at Stoke in the FA Cup. And we've lost at Norwich. It's not good.
And I've got my ticket for Saturday. Looking forward to it. Up the City.
Can you believe how open we are, given we're league leaders? Like, we're so open. We're such an open team. Do you remember Burnley and Leeds last season, how dominant they were? And how... I know they both got 100 points and they're better than we are, but I'm just so surprised how open we are. It's not sustainable, is it?
No. It's definitely not sustainable. Is John there?
Is John? I don't know if he's put an AI version of himself on.
I'm just getting absolutely powders of messages of like, lads, everyone's just absolutely fuming, isn't there? And like, normally we're like quite reserved on it because we realise that when we moan, you get like little clown town people in the comments going, "Oh, the lad in the hat's negative. My name's John Dawkins. Just read the bio." You know what I mean? I hate all that stuff. And I'm like, mate, what do you want us to say? We've been watching it for weeks. This has been playing out for weeks and we've been getting away with it. And this podcast is about finding the little bits of detail that are blindingly obvious to everyone now, all of a sudden, even though we've been pointing them out for like 7-8 weeks, that we need to do and nullify to stay in the top 2. Not even about winning the league, just automatic promotion, amazing chance. And we get powers for it. But tonight, I think people are like, mate, you better put the boot in. Yeah, I think even Jig's dad rang him up going, no, don't be leaning on him tonight. And he's a very passive man, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, mate, people are just fed up with it. And it's like, and it's not disrespectful to think that. And it's not like, well, I think you're harsh on the lads. Look what they've done to get here. Granted, they've done unbelievable to get here. Don't blow it now, lads. You're getting outworked. It's not good enough. And they're tired and they need backing. And you know what? I've been critical of Doug, but I've also, handed my cards in on him, and I've took a lot back. And I'm like, you know what? Fair play. You've done an amazing job. You're going to do a lot of hard work here now if we don't get this sorted out. Very simple fix. Very simple fix. You know what I mean? I'll tell you what. Somebody said to me, you know what? Put 7-8 million quid on the table, and the reward's 150 to 200 million, and you can hand your cards in and sit off and be, operating the club from behind the scenes, sit off, earn your dough for the rest of your life. And hey, mate, fair play to you, mate. Build a statue, no problem.
There's no guarantees, though, is there, in football?
There isn't any guarantees in football, but I'll tell you what, it's a stronger bet than any other bet that's on the table. Because if you sit still and this carries on much longer, we'll soon be into the playoff spots, and we could capitulate. And for all the brilliant work that Frank's done in the year that he's been here, and he's been phenomenal, and people have started respecting him again, it can all get undone like that, because he'd look like a right mug if we blew it from here. We're 13 points clear about 7-8 weeks ago.
We could have been 11 clear to third again, couldn't we, today, if we'd have won that? But I know Ipswich had a game in hand, so that would have potentially gone to 8. But now we're
We're 8 clear still of them.
We're 8, and they've got a game in hand, so it can go
Just
to
been
5.
like basketball games, though, aren't they? Wide open, and we're panicking. We're panicking in possession, just trying to rush everything, and then it's just like backwards and forwards, and then you're getting stripped. You're wide open in the middle of the park, honestly, mate. I mean, he needs a rest, Grimes. And that's a big thing to say because our whole game is based on him coming to get the ball, opening the pitch out, centre half splitting, and we move. But I'll tell you, at the minute, bless him, I feel bad for him, mate. He looks knackered.
He's getting ran past so easy. He's getting overrun. He's sitting so deep, and even when he gets the ball, he's not finding a pass that's like a defence splitting pass or finding the forwards. He's checking back in and coming back to centre halves or to the fullbacks. It's just non-creative, and he's trying his hardest in there to battle, but he's just by himself in there.
Yeah, I mean, I just get frustrated. I think the reason he's not a Premier League player, as I've said on there before, is because he lacks the physicality, and that's the only thing holding him back. His passing's superb, his control of the game's superb, but even that lately has been less than it was at the start of the season. But our fixture list isn't that congested anymore, is it? We've got another free midweek up until Saturday where we play QPR. Then we've got Oxford at home the following Saturday. Then we've got one game a week now for the next 3-4 weeks. It's not. I know we're saying he needs a rest and stuff, but that should be long enough to have a rest, right?
Should be, yeah. I mean, yeah, he's a professional footballer. Get all the correct treatment and physio that he needs, and yeah, he should be okay to see this through now. But I do think if because we've been highlighting this for a few weeks, and it's not changing at the minute, so we do need cover. We need someone in there.
Yeah, hopefully that'll happen before the close of the window. But Ipswich dropped points this weekend. They lost to Sheffield United. We've got that breathing room because of the work we did at the start of the season. I know it can go quickly, but we don't need to be amazing to get promoted from this point. We need to be good. That would probably do it. we don't need 2 points a game. We need to get like 1.6 points a game, win our home games, get to about 85 points, add a few points on the road, and we're pretty much there. I know it's worrying, and I know people are stressing out, but it's not the end of the world.
I think teams will look at us and think that they'll have to raise it because it's Cov, because we're top of the league. We're
not dealing with that, by the way, Duke.
No, we're not
dealing
dealing
with it
tonight,
all. Singing, top of the league, you're having a laugh. People love throwing that at us, and we don't deal with it.
No, well, of course they will. We would if it was the other way around. If there's a team top of the league flying 13 points clear, then you play them a few weeks later when you're beating them at home, we'd hammer them. We'd be like, how are they where they are? And I'm pretty sure teams will be saying that about us and fans.
I think the thing for me is like if they go, let's say they go QPR and roll them over, right, and then all of a sudden you got 9 points out of 12, you'd be like, mate, that's unbelievable. Yeah. I think it's just the manner of the displays. Like, you can't be fooling yourselves, and it's good winning when you're playing poorly. I get that, but a genuine question: when was the last time we controlled 70, 80 minutes plus of a game? I literally cannot tell you. Can't tell you. And we're top of the league. You've got to remember that. We are top of the league. When was the last time we dominated a game?
We were good in the second half against Leicester.
A full game. Sorry.
Yeah,
I don't be saying, but it is a big problem.
Well, this is the problems we've been talking about for ages, though, isn't it? We can scroll back as far as even winning that Borough game was completely end to end.
We can't seem to manage games as well. Like when we're under the cosh, we can't seem to just get hold of it. You know what I mean? Like,
we're not changing formation. We're not adapting. We're seeing the mistakes, and you can see it happening, and nothing's changing to solve the issue.
I know this is jumping ahead to the next away game in QPR, but away from home, I would go to a 5 at the back, put a centre back in there, stop Grimes coming back into that back 3, and take the number 10 out, because the number 10's causing us more problems than it's solving at the minute. Take a number 10 out, put a centre back in, and play 5-4-1 basically away from home, and see how we get on. Then your wingers don't have to defend because your fullbacks are there. It just freezes up a bit. And he's done it before. He did it when he first came in, didn't he? When we won away at Swansea and we had Sims and Asante up front. That was a 5-3-2. But Yeah, this is just frustrating because we're conceding too many chances to win a game of football. Would either of you like to see a formation change away from him? At home, keep doing what we're doing.
I think the pitch is a big part of the conversation for that at Loftus Road. It's so tight. The ground is so. I mean, I'm not sure how the width of the pitch is, but it always feels like it's a small, because of the way that the stands are set up and that, it's just, you know what I mean? It's a tight place. I think 3 at the back. It allows you to get your wing back side, but is there enough width on that pitch? Oh, I ain't just sure. You know what I mean? But also we got good muscle memory there from the Sims double a couple of years ago and whatnot. And you know, I think it's a big moment Saturday for sure, because I tell you, if they lose that and we're caught at that point, then you're a rabbit in a headlight for a bit. And if we ain't brought anyone in before then, big problems.
Well, we've got a week till the transfer window closes. I think it's the 2nd of Feb. Which
I don't think 5 at the backs are, well, 3 at the back, sorry, is a bad move. If you keep MVE and De Silva as your wing backs, maybe, or I don't know who you'd put as your wing backs, because they're not getting the support at the minute from the wingers anyway in terms of defensive jobs. So to have an extra body in there as a back 3 would accommodate that.
I do think it would work, and I don't want to be like, we've lost again, we need to change our formation, but it's been poor away form for weeks and weeks, and we haven't seen much improvement. And we don't. Who would you bring in? Would you bring Latty in to the defence, or would you put Wolf in?
In a back 3, or it's Lampard's choice. It's what he sees in training. Yeah,
I know. Oh, we're all a bit glum tonight, aren't we, boys? A few sad faces, eh? It's all right. We're top of the league.
We're still top, but it's frustrating because we highlight it week after week, and we have done for about the last month. And I just hope that something's going to happen in the market before the end of it's Feb the 2nd, is it? Sorry, when it ends before Feb the 2nd, we need an extra body in that midfield. We need someone with legs, like John said earlier. We need an athlete in there who's going to smash into a tackle. It's what we're lacking.
Is indeed. Any final thoughts on the game, and then we'll do some listener questions. John, anything else? Or you all right for the game?
I'm all right, mate. I'm out. I think I've tapped out on the game now. I think we've got to move it on Louis Vuitton. What we got coming up?
Oh, just the last minute of the game. When Rushworth's going up and the whole team are up there, and you're thinking, get a good ball in the box here, and he doesn't beat the first man. Torp, I was like, oh, come on. We're all like, this is it. We were expecting a Ben Wilson moment, Blackburn away, and then he doesn't beat the first man with his cross. It's so frustrating. Some of the corners again, Grimes' corners were poor again. I don't know why he's on them, but I'm moaning again. Carry on, Si.
I'd forgotten about that. I'd wiped it from my memory, and you've just reminded me. I was just like, oh my word! I thought he was going to have a shot, you know.
Say again, John.
I said he's a pig jig, and he like that. Jig, can you email me a Madri? I've had it.
Send one over, mate.
John looks in a bad way already.
I'm just honestly, my phone is just going mad, mate. I've you know what? I might try and broker a deal. I might message Hamer, see what he's up to. Get him in. Don't get the shirts in, get them fired up, get the numbers ready.
Right, let's do some listener questions, then we'll have a score predictions for QPR away. Matt Willis says, can we afford to keep playing Torp? I think he's a fantastic player, but BTA sits high and Radoni cheats wide. With Grimes dropping as deep as he does, there's a chasm in midfield. I think Eccles might be a better fit. Also, what a poor display from the back line. Who wants that one?
I agree with him with everything he said there. And yes, I think you need Eccles in there who's going to cover more ground, have more legs. Torp's a bit of a drifter. He floats around the pitch and he does push quite high up. And he leaves a massive gap between him and Grimes. And as for the defence, I think they'll all know themselves. I don't know why they try some of these passes sometimes, some of these Maldini-esque passes, because half of them don't come off. Do your defensive job. Do what you're there for. Move the ball on, short pass to make the play. what's Kitchen trying to roll it over his foot for there?
Again, love him. Great lad.
Oh yeah, he's a heart on the sleeve
and he's
guy, isn't he? But
he's that to me is just tiredness. Like, it's such a lethargic, poor mistake. You know, I'm like, I don't know. I don't think you can have 4 fully attacking players on the pitch at the minute because we're not scoring enough goals. That's probably the wrong thing to say. I think we need 3. I think we need to get hold of a midfield, and we need 3 attacking players. It's your 2 wide men and your 1 pin in the middle. The midfield now needs 2 holders and another one that goes from the 8 into the 10, not playing as a 10. Because we've got to get hold of the midfield, and then you can allow your wingers to do what they're doing. You haven't got so much of a problem of no one backing the fullbacks because you can get across. But I think the question is, have we got those 3? Not sure we have.
Well, Jamie Allen wasn't on the bench again today. We got Josh, but yeah, we were lacking in depth in that area for sure. 100%. That's why we need hopefully reinforcements coming in. Loads of the questions are about the midfield. Jim Bob, how many games have we been absolutely destroyed in midfield now? Norwich wouldn't get that space in the Grand Canyon shambles from start to finish. Gilbert says, do we need an out-and-out DM to play with and free up Grimes? I don't see how any of our current midfield works. So easy to get through, and he is becoming less effective as having to do so much legwork. I think that's a fair point, because I've been quite harsh on Grimes recently because he's having to fill the fullback positions and getting run past too easily. But if we had a proper linchpin in there, Jig, he wouldn't have to do that. He could get on the ball and dictate the play a bit more.
Nope. And that's what we've, again, said last few weeks. That's what we're missing. A CDM who's going to be in there, a big unit that's going to smash into people, physical, got legs, athletic. Yeah, we're kind of missing that in the middle of the park. We've got technical footballers in there. Grimes is a very good technical footballer, neat. Same with Torp. Eccles is a bit more athletic and gets about the pitch a bit more, but you don't normally see him and Torp on there at the same time, really, until there's a substitution. They don't start them together normally. And then you'll have an attacking midfielder in there in Asante or Rodoni, who, again, they're not going to get stuck into people. Yeah, I think we're lacking that.
100%. Chris says spending some cash to get us over the line when we're so close seems such an obvious and low-risk strategy move right now. Why is it not happening? I mean, John, that's exactly what you've spent this podcast talking about the whole time. Why is it not happening? Do we think it will happen in the next week?
It's got to. I don't know. I think they thought they could get away with it, but I'm like, you can't. unless they're going for people in this market that they're missing out on weight based on wages or whatever.
Yeah, but look at Ipswich by comparison. Look like they're getting Dan Neil. They've signed Anis Mehmeti. It's just $3 million on a player who's had 6 months left on his contract. Is that they're in a different league in terms of finances?
I know. But it's the same with, like, go and get Barry Bannon. I'm like, yeah, lovely player, but again, he's not the right fit. He's not the right profile of what we need, you know. And I'm like, they've got to go and fight. I think you'll see someone coming in the next 48, 72 after that tonight. I think you have to. And I also think you need to, like, you know, you've got to be brave. Like, you've got to start doing deals that are back-end deals with players that if we get to the Premier League, we can backdate wages or whatever. If someone's on 35, 40 grand a week, bothered. You know what I mean? Yeah, all right, the cap's 25, sound. All right, we'll pay them 25 till the end of the season. You get us out of the league, I'll backdate you 4 months. Not a problem. That's how you play it. There's deals to be done. You can cut deals. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's interesting. And I think all the talk around Gus Hamer, let's use Gus for an example. The wages thing would be an issue, but that's how you would cut the deals. Very simple. But at the same point, is he the right profile player that we need at the minute to close that gap? Not sure. Why is Chris Wilder not playing him? Bizarre. He plays him in O'Hare. O'Hare's another one. That's the profile of player that you're missing at the minute in that 10 pocket all day long. And people won't want to hear it, but that is a fact. We've never replaced it. BTA tonight, he starts because Rodoni's injured. Interested. I'd have gone with Eccles, Grimes, move Grimes up the pitch 5 yards. Yeah, you can still go and get it, but be a bit braver. Get it a bit further up the pitch rather than sitting in between the back of the two of them. and turn sides around, and then say to Torp, you're an 8, you're not a 10. We're a 6'8" half breed, 8'10" half breed, and that's what you've got to be. Otherwise, we're just gambling and leaving it wide open. Can't keep doing it because we're going to lose games like we lost tonight. It's frustrating that we should have gone away with at least a point tonight, and we switched off after 1 minute, and then Bobby fast asleep, and then stupid mistake out of tiredness or whatever. It's just so frustrating, and we might sound like we're overacting, but we're not.
I think we all said before the game, be delighted with a point. Like a point would be a really good point. And even if we'd have gone 1-0 up and seen out a 1-1 draw, I think it'd have been different. It's the fact that, a massive error really has cost us a point there, but there were a few gaping holes across the whole pitch that meant we conceded a lot of chances. Let's see if we've got any more questions from you on Twitter. Thanks for sending them in as always. Let's see here. We got, is it, Curtis says, is it gravel or cement on the menu? Are we there yet, John? No, not quite.
No gravel, mate. Give him a break on that.
And also, Righty, which hotel should we book for Wembley? I can't do it.
No, I can't do the playoffs. God.
Oh, imagine Wrexham in the playoffs, Jake.
Oh, no. No, can't stand them.
Spencer says, he's asked a lot of questions, but his first one, have we become complacent? Do you think there's a danger of that, Jake?
I don't know whether it's complacency. I just feel teams raise it for us because of where we are in the league. We just look a bit tired. We look a bit leggy, and I think this is where we're saying that we need some fresh bodies through the door. We need some replacements. You've brought SA in and you've brought Yang in. Look at how that's happened. Look what's happened there. He's scored 2 in his last 2 games. He's looking like a threat. Everyone likes him already in a couple of games. It's worked out well. Yang hasn't really had the chance yet. He's going to struggle because you've already got your wingers there. Take a gamble. Bring someone through the door. Let them be a hero. Let them switch this around for us, and drive us back up we're top of the league, but get us more points is what I'm saying, so we don't slip down the league. That's what we just need. That.
It's like saying, can you go and win the next 10 game, lads? Cheers.
Yeah, it is. Get us up. Take the gamble. Like you said, John, cut a deal. Tell you what, we'll pay you this. If you win as the league, here you go. Here's a bonus for you.
You could go and get Gassama tomorrow. You could do it.
Who, me?
If that's 6 million things real, if that's 6 million things real, you could go and get him. There's absolutely no doubt about it. He's the right profile player, probably not, but the excitement would be unbelievable. The shirt sales would be mental, and it'd give us that little boost. I don't know, but I think they're going for that lad, aren't they? That seems to be doing the rounds, which is be another great signing, to be fair. And that's the kind of enforcer that we need to get hold of the middle of the park, because it is an issue. Because if the defence are below par like they are, they need protecting. We're still going to create chances. We just need to be more ruthless in front of goal.
Yeah.
My mate was at the game tonight, and he said that the crowd, the away end, felt very nervy and very flat. It was a few songs at the start, but then it was very, very nervy.
Because
so
we know we're not very good.
Fans are feeling it, aren't they?
Yeah, but we know we're not that good, and we ain't been good for weeks. We're getting away with it, and that's what we keep saying. We just. I don't mind. Like, I wouldn't have minded losing tonight if I thought, you know what, we've played well for 50, 60 minutes here tonight. I just want to see more consistency in performances. That's the worry for me.
Scott said, crimes against Grimes, unfortunately. This formation is killing us. Midfield so exposed. Grimes is brilliant on the ball, not so much without it. We need to see CDM to play alongside him. Yeah, we've covered all of that already. Rory.
Jig's been waiting about... he's been waiting about 8 months for this, isn't he? He's rubbing his hands.
I'm not rubbing my hands at all. I think I'm just... What I was saying months ago is what people are seeing now. That's all. Yes, it's great when you come in and you get in the ball and you've got that time, but teams have figured us out. They just press him. He hasn't got the time anymore. He can't look like a luxury player anymore.
Yeah. Rory says, do you think Lampard should begin to be questioned? No clue what they're doing in training. Is it the same issues game in, game out? Nothing is being addressed. Tricky one to question Lampard when he's got us in this position, because it still feels like we've massively overperformed given we're top of the league. But if this continues and we don't bring in the right players and we keep doing what we're doing and we don't change system, which he's shown he'll do in the past, so I don't know why we're not doing it more now. Try 3 at the back away from home. Let's just try something. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But at least you're setting up to try and be a bit more compact. I think he's just a manager who likes to try and go and win games, which has got us in a great position as well. But it's difficult, isn't it? It's difficult when we're seeing us be so open in so many games and we're getting away with it most of the time.
I think there's also been times where you would have changed it and he's left people on and they've got as a result. So you kind of got to counterbalance it. Yes, tonight you can question the changes, which I have, and sometimes he's been a bit slow and reactive in games. Top of the league, mate.
Yeah.
I think the recruitment is a slight issue. Has he got the personnel at the minute? That's the question mark. And we think he's too short.
Never mind, eh? QPR away on the weekend. Let's have a look ahead to that. They were beaten at the weekend by Wrexham at home. 2 goals in the 94th and 95th minute from Wrexham. Went and won 3-2. Before that, 2-0 draws. They're pretty much just a standard mid-table championship team. They've got a few decent attacking players, but a lot of injuries at the moment as well. 11 wins, 7 draws, 11 losses, -2 goal difference. Bang average in the championship, Jig, to be honest with you. Are you going down to Loftus Road on Saturday, you said?
Yes, I've got my ticket. I've got the golden ticket. Yeah, there's a few of us going down. I'm looking forward to it. They've took the bottom standoffers, though. We've only got the top tier now. I don't know if that's a recent thing or not, because we used to have the top and bottom tier. But yeah, I'll be there. And I'm pretty confident. We had that win against Millwall was a good win. And the win against Leicester ended up being a good win. Bit off it today. When you look at Millwall before we beat them, they won 4-0 the week before against someone, and they're a good team. They were 4th. I think we're going to be this. We'll win a game, we'll lose a game, we'll win a game, we'll lose a game, we'll pick up a point here. I think that's what it's going to be from now until the end of the season. And I think it's going to go down to the last few games before it's decided on who's first and who's second. I don't think it's going to be we're going to romp it. I don't think it's going to be Ipswich are going to come through and romp it. And I even think Middles are going to have a wobble as well. I think it's going to be very tight. But yeah, I think this is a game we can win.
That's nice and positive. I agree with you. I do agree with you, mate. John, what about you? You've been absolutely hammering the correct scores lately in terms of score predictions. I don't know why you're so annoyed. You predicted us to lose anyway, eh?
I think I fancy us to now go into games and I fancy us to be just calm down. That's the key thing. I know I saw Torp do that a few times again tonight. He's like, it annoys me when he's doing it in games. But he's absolutely right. We just it's like we're playing with a hot potato. Just relax, keep the ball, pass, maintain possession. The ball retention's been poor the last few weeks, but I do think we go down there, and I do think we click, and I think we bully them. I think we win 3-1 away.
Wow. Any goal scorers you got for us?
I think Sims off the bench will bag. I think Hadji's bagging. And I think he's been hammered tonight, but I think Torp's getting you one.
Would you line up with a similar? What would be your lineup then? If you're going for
I would play Grimes. I'd play same back 4. I think you've got any choice. I think you play Grimes, Eccles, and Torp. And I'd make sure the bench is absolutely packed with options.
I think Sakamoto deserves a start.
I'd play Essay again. I'd play Mason Clark again because he had his first kind of not so great game, and I'd play right through the middle again.
Jake, how about you? Would you want to see a formation switch or 4 at the back?
I think if it's not working, I'd look at maybe doing that in play, but I think I'd start with the same again as well. Same back 4. Maybe start Sakamoto and Mason Clark. Then again, Essay done well, didn't he? for when he was on. Maybe put him in the 10 role, and I don't know if Asante's ready to be starting games yet or not. That was a change that I thought today could have happened. Maybe he would have pushed further, maybe into that 10 role in the middle, and Asante would have come off, because I don't think he was really doing much today.
Yeah, no, I agree, mate. I would go 3 at the back. I'll bring in Latti for Asante, and I'd probably give Sakamoto a start, even though SA scored and looked really good. I think Sakamoto's been really good, and that's probably Eccles for Torp as well. Try and get more energy in the middle, and don't be afraid to take Grimes off if we need to as well. If we need to go Torp and Eccles in the middle, do it. Let's just try and have some energy and control in there, and then try and win the game in the last 20 minutes of the game. But make sure you don't go and lose. That's what I think. So I'm going to say we're going to win. I'm going to go for a 2-0 away win. Jig, what are you saying?
I'll go a 2-1 away win. I still think we'll leak one, but yeah, I think we'll get the win.
3 o'clock kickoff.
3 o'clock kickoff.
3 wins predicted.
3 wins predicted. You meeting us there, John? Your neck of the woods.
I mean, it's right by my office, but sadly, Jig, somebody's got to go to the Grammys, so I'll leave you to it, mate. I've got to go to LA on Thursday.
Your granny's?
Your granny's, yeah, I've got to go with granny's. Oh, she's dead, mate. So
R.I.P.
No, I've got a 3-day turnaround for that, so I'll probably come back in a pine box, mate. To be fair, but let's hope we're coming back to 3 points. That's the main thing.
And a Grammy as well.
Yeah.
What's that?
And a Grammy.
We're not up for any. We've just been invited. Well, I ain't been invited. They don't even know who I am. One of my artists has been invited. I'm tagging along with some photos. I had to get my suit dry cleaned, like Gaza.
Get my suit measured. Are you going to be about to pod next week then, John?
I'll be there, mate. I won't let you down. From the Hollywood Hills, I'll be plugging in, mate. Don't worry about it.
There you go. Take your mic. Take your mic.
I'll be here to moan. The fans will love it. With a hat.
Guys, thanks for joining me on this one. Are we going to do a positive ending, or should we
this one's on you. Sorry, I got lost on the ring road earlier on, so I can't.
Here's to a good week where we get a signing or 2 through the door. We're still top of the league. We've lost a game of football. We've averaged 2 points a game this week. We just need to win 9 or 10 more games this season, and we're promoted. Easy as that. Calm down, everyone.
Tick them off. Let's tick them off.
So easy. If you're listening tonight, if Si's uploaded this, you get yourself down to Bosworth's tomorrow. Get yourself a bacon batch, little tea. You sit off in your white van. Before you hit them tools, just take a deep breath. We're going to be all right. We're going to bring the players in. Simon's going to finish this because he's the Don.
You just absolutely smashed it.
Oh, you got to finish it. You're the man.
Hey, we might not win the league. In fact, we probably won't win the league.
Simon,
what's going on here?
Wait, let me finish. We could definitely finish in the top 2. It's fun. We've got an 8-point gap on Ipswich. They're slipping up. They're losing games. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about Middlesbrough. Don't worry about teams thinking about us being top of the league and slipping up. It's fine. It's a long way to go. We only need 9 or 10 more wins. And Frank, trust him to get the job done. Doug, it's a big week for you. Time to get the hand in the pocket. Get the players in we need. Because it's now or never.